Hi, I'm Brainerd Carey, Director of Praxis Center for Aesthetics, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get a review from a critic. So what that means is, let's say you're having an art show wherever you are in the world, an exhibit, and the exhibit could be anywhere from your apartment to a pop-up show to a local gallery or museum. Wherever it is, it's possible for it to get reviewed. So how do you get reviewed? Now, there's a number of ways that people go about this. One is they get a list of local art critics and they send them all an invitation to their show, wherever it is. And that's essentially what they get from everybody, right? A kind of announcement. That in itself isn't the best way to get a review. The best way to get a review is to make it very personal. So here's two aspects of ways to get a review. And again, this doesn't have to be at a major gallery. This could be at a pop-up show you're doing with friends to collaborate. This could be in your apartment, or it could be a local gallery, or it could be a museum or artist space or nonprofit space, wherever it is. So the way you get a review is first have a few critics in mind. Let's say make a short list of 6 critics, 6 local critics that have written about art. You like the way they write, you'd like them to write about your show. So you begin by emailing them. It's easy enough to get their contacts. Almost all critics who write for news and blogs are easy to find. Their Twitter handle is there. It's easy to reach them. So essentially what you want to do to begin with is to compliment them. This opens the doors to everything. So that means you hear of an art critic, you see an art critic, compliment them. Tell them why you saw a review of theirs that was really wonderful. And you can start off just that way, with a compliment. But not just love the last review of yours, not a one-liner compliment. Say something that's meaningful, because a writer is an artist too, right? And what they don't get enough of is feedback. Right? We all need feedback. We all need to know that the work that we've been doing is acknowledged and perhaps even enjoyed. So if you're writing to a critic, and let's say you have your list of 6 critics, 6 local critics, you're hoping one of them will write to you, write a review on your show. What you can do is begin by, again, complimenting them and complimenting their last review. And again, not generalize, not just you're a great reviewer, I love the review you wrote about that museum show, this gallery show, and this gallery show. Get specific and ideally make it sincere and authentic, because it should be authentic and sincere, because that's why you like this critic and you want them to write about your work, right? So get into one of the interviews that they've written. Write several sentences at least. Say, hi, I'm writing to you because I really love the review you wrote about this show. And then explain why. Say, I also love that work, and I felt that the way you addressed the use of color and also the issues that were addressed in that work was not only very articulate and clear, but it was something I related to, and it made me go see the show, which I had already seen once, but I went to see it again with new eyes because of the writing that you wrote, the review. Something like that, like a genuine response to why they're doing a review that's meaningful. That will mean the world to that critic. That critic will not forget who you are. And if you're writing to them through Twitter or Instagram, the first thing they're going to do is look at your feed. Like, who is this wonderful person, right? So you can send 6 emails or direct messages to all the 6 critics on your list. And if you compliment them, they'll respond, they'll thank you, they'll be interested. You can also, then is the time to write back, now that they like you, right? Without even saying you're an artist. You could say, I'm having a show right now, and it's at, such and such a gallery, or it's in my apartment. Say, I'd love you to come see it, and I was wondering if I could schedule a personal walkthrough with you. Say you could come see it, or we can do this on Zoom. So this is really critical, right? Now you've warmed up the critic a little bit. They like you. You're showing that you know them and their work, and you like their writing. And now you're asking them not just to come to your show, but that you will be there and give them a personal walkthrough of the show, which is really helpful for a critic to say, oh, I made this work at this time, and then this is a new series. Whatever it is, you talk to them about the show. But now, since everybody's using Zoom, it's just as easy to say, I'd love you to see the show, but if you can't make it, would you consider doing a 10-minute walkthrough with me? I'll walk you through my show on Zoom, and you'll be able to see it all. And then give them a date and time. If they say, yeah, that's possible, I'm busy this week, say, well, how about Friday at noon or Thursday at 6 p.m.? Give them exact times. This is how you get people to make an appointment, right? Through compliments, connection, then your work relates to it somehow. You're inviting them to have a personal walkthrough with you, which is educating for them. That's going to be interesting. But you're inviting them for a personal walkthrough, and after you do that, they're going to be very interested, and the likelihood that they'll write a review increases enormously because now they have insight into the work. They know you. They even like you because you complimented them first. So I hope this is helpful. Again, to just summarize, the way to get an art critic to write about you is to pick 6 critics you like, ideally local, so they could come to your show if possible. Again, whether your show is in an apartment or pop-up show or gallery, anywhere is fine, or outdoors. Make a short list of 6 critics, write to those 6 critics, either through their email or direct message. Give them a real compliment, several sentences, explain why you liked 1 or 2 reviews of theirs, and be clear. Don't even mention that you're an artist. They'll write back. You'll begin a dialogue. You're starting a relationship. Then tell them you have a show up now. And would they be interested in a personal walkthrough on Zoom if they're not available in person? And then on Zoom, which is likely easy to do, tell them it'll just be a 10 or 15 minute walkthrough. It could go longer if they want to stay around, but tell them it's 10 or 15 minutes only. And then on Zoom, you can either walk around the gallery or your apartment, or you can do a slideshow and just show them your work that way. And then you can follow up by sending them more information or a website if they want more. So I hope this was helpful. It's a great way to build relationships and connections. If you have any questions about this, don't hesitate to ask. And if there's other topics you'd like to see addressed, just put that in the comments below. Thanks for watching.